everyone, welcome back. Last video we went over the favorites of 2021. So this video is going to be all about the dislikes of 2021. I have a handful of products. I actually have some of them still, so if I've got them I'll show you live, and if I don't have them I will put a little pop-up so you can still see the product that I'm talking about. I don't think I've ever done a full I don't like these products type video, so bear with me. I'm not huge on being so negative, but I mean, you need to know, right? I had to figure it out that I didn't like these, and I'd like to share that with you. So if you're ready to hear about the things that I did not like in 2021, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button and we'll get going. So I did scooch over just a little bit, so if I need to pop something up, I've got a little bit of space to do that. But we are going to go in the same order of application that we did for the favorites. The good news is I don't have any primers that I disliked, so we can just jump on into foundations, and sadly I have quite a few that I wasn't a fan of. I know I'm going to get some hate for this one. I apologize in advance, but it just didn't work for me. It's the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. I just found that one to be very, very thick. It didn't last on my skin. I mean, I could probably get about 3 or 4 hours of good wear time, and then it would just start to break apart and look cakey, and it was just not a good foundation for me. So I did pass it along already. If it works for you, and for any of these products, if any of these products work for you, I am so happy for you that they work. That's awesome. Continue to use them. These are just the reasons that they did not work for me, so I no longer use them. And the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream did not do it for me. There was no longevity for me. It didn't work out for me. And I wonder if that is because of my skin tone and my type of skin. I do have more oily skin, especially through the center of my face, so I wonder if it just works better for people with more dry skin, but that was a no for me. My next foundation is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Skin Finish Foundation Stick. Whew, that's quite the name. I purchased that one right when it released, right when it came into Sephora. I was so excited for it, and I loved the claim that it was transfer proof. I loved that claim because at the time I was wearing a foundation and I couldn't go like this or anything because then I had foundation on my fingers. So because that was one of the claims for that foundation, I was like, yes, this will be it. This will be the one for me. That was a big no because it was not transfer proof. It was less transfer proof than the one that I was currently wearing. If I went like this, it was a full hand print because it all came off on my hand if I did that. So I didn't wear that one for very long. I was super, super disappointed in that because that was the main reason I had wanted that one, and it just did not work for me. Next is this L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. This one is actually pretty new to the market. I think it just came out this past November, December. It's going viral on TikTok. I mean, it did, which is why I purchased it because it's drugstore. It's like, why not? One, I got the wrong color, but two, it was very patchy. Like, it didn't apply evenly for me, and it stuck to anywhere that was not super smooth skin. So, like, my chin is known to have breakouts and scarring there, so, like, it would stick right there, and then it'd be smooth for a little bit, and I had some patches on my cheek and on my forehead, and I couldn't get it to evenly lay or evenly apply so it looked like skin. It just looked patchy. So aside, I couldn't get past that part of it, so I don't know about the longevity of it. The patchiness just did not look good. I couldn't fix it with powders or concealer. Like, it was just taking too much product to fix this one. So this one's a no for me. It did not work. This next one makes me sad because when I first reviewed it, I absolutely loved it. I even have a month in review video where I tell you I love this product. And then I got sick. I had COVID for about a month. I tried this foundation before I got sick for a month. And then I tried it again. And since then, I have not been able to get this foundation to work. This is the Fenty Beauty Eaze Drop Blurring Skin Tint. It makes me so sad because I remember loving it. Like, it was my everyday foundation for a couple weeks, and then I got sick, and then it turned into the L'Oreal True Match Hyaluronic Tinted Serum that I just described. Very patchy. I couldn't get it to apply evenly. The longevity of it was not good, and it took an excessive amount of other products to fix it. I don't know what happened. It makes me very sad, but this has become a dislike for my 2021. Even though originally I did really like this, something with my skin must have changed because this no longer works for me. My last foundation is from Bodyography. It's the Oil-Free Natural Finish Foundation. I thought I was really going to love this. I found Bodyography from Ali Glines' channel. She was referring to one of the glitter pots, which I also have, and I love the glitter pot. But I saw the foundation and I was like, ooh, I want to try that. Well, if you've been on my channel, heck, if you even watched my favorites video, you'll know that most of my favorite foundations have coverage. And they cover up my rosy cheeks, and they cover up my blemishes, and you can't see the scarring too bad. When I tell you I don't think this has any pigment to it, I mean I don't think it has any pigment to it, but it leaves your skin looking wet. Natural finish I don't think is accurate. I think it's radiant finish because it just looks wet. Which, I mean, it does say it's oil free, so it's water based. There's no pigment to it. I don't even categorize this as like a skin tint or a tinted moisturizer because I don't know what this is, but there's nothing to it other than making your skin look wet. So this was a big no for me. Now we're going to go on to concealers. I have a handful of concealers that I didn't like as well. Starting with the Fenty Beauty Brite Fix Eye Brightener. I actually bought 2 shades of that because I was so excited for it and I wanted to make sure I got a good match. First of all, neither matched me. They were both too light for me, so my bad. I didn't like them, not because of the shade colors, because you could definitely make them work. I just had super bright under eyes, but because they creased really bad and I couldn't figure out a way to set it so it wouldn't do that. I just naturally throughout the day, it would just crease really bad, and it wasn't even a very long wear time. I'd maybe get halfway through my day and my eyes would just look gross because of all the creasing, and then the makeup would start to break apart because the concealer was creasing and I just couldn't do it. So I did pass those along. It just kind of makes me sad. I love Fenty Beauty, and some of their products I have just wanted to love so bad and they have just not been good for me. So this is one of those products. The next concealer is from Maybelline. It's the Instant Age Rewind Eraser Concealer. I know it's very popular. People love it. That's awesome. It is too drying on my under eyes for me. It looks very bad just after an hour on me. My under eyes are naturally pretty dry, so that is one of the spots that I have to be conscious about, and I moisturize right there, especially before I put any sort of makeup application on, even primers. I moisturize under my eyes first with an eye moisturizing base. And even with that, this concealer just dried my under eyes out to the point where I was like, this is gross. I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. So I passed that along. I know it's a good concealer that people love. It's just not one of the concealers that I love. It just didn't work for me. I absolutely love the Kosas brand. I've got some favorites with their Cloud Set powder, their eyebrow, but their Revealer concealer did not do it for me. I know they've added quite a few more shades. I think they've repackaged it a couple times. And this is not even the first shade that I've tried, but they just pull very, very yellow on me, and I am definitely more neutral leaning pink type of undertones. So I haven't been able to wear this on like consistently because it's not a good shade match for me. And I don't think it has the longevity that I look for. I mean, the shade match for me is pretty hard to get past because this isn't even the first one that I purchased, and it still doesn't match because it's just too yellow. But again, the longevity is not there for me either, so this is just one I'm going to pass on. The The last concealer I have is actually from Charlotte Tilbury. It's their Magic Away Liquid Concealer. And if you'll notice, I have actually used quite a bit of it because it was one of the first high-end products that I purchased. And I was like, I don't like how it looks, but I purchased it, so I need to use it. I got about 3/4 of the way through before I was like, I do not like this concealer. Stop using it. This one, too, is very heavy under my under eyes. It's just too heavy for me. It looks very cakey, and then setting it with powder, it makes it look very, very dry. So this is one that it pains me because I love Charlotte Tilbury, but this one is definitely a no for me. It's just too heavy, too dry on my skin. On to powder now. I have 3 powders that were big no's for me. The first one is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Powder. I've heard a lot of good reviews about it, so I wanted to pick it up. But I have oily skin, and that powder is definitely very glowy, so it made me look even oilier than I naturally am, and it didn't help keep my oils at bay. It just like intensified them. So I did try it quite a bit, and I did pass it along to a family member who has more dry skin than I do, and I think she is enjoying it. I haven't heard anything bad. But it just didn't work for me because I do have oily skin, and that is a glowy powder. So not in my ballpark to be using. The next one is from Honest Beauty. It's the Invisible Blurring Loose Powder. And I was really excited to try that one because I was going through an Honest Beauty phase. But that powder is yellow. It's not translucent, it's yellow. At least on me, because I would set my under eyes and my concealer that was a perfect shade match would turn yellow. It was visibly noticeable that it was yellow. So I had to pack that one away. It was not good for me. I think it might work for darker skin tones, but for me, I just don't want yellow under eyes. The last powder is so painful to tell you about. This comes so highly recommended from Samantha March. She's another YouTuber that I have absolutely loved following her journey. And she raves about this. I think she's purchased probably 6 of these powders because she goes through them. So I purchased it. It was a splurge. And it is the Dior Powder No Powder. And it's so painful because it was a splurge and it comes so highly recommended. But I don't like it. I got the shade 1 Neutral. And I don't know if you can see, but it like hard panned, I think. So not a lot of product comes off. I don't feel like it sets my face at all. Definitely the no powder look is accurate, but I think that's because there's no powder on your skin when you do it. Because I like to use a big fluffy brush, and other pressed powders like this work with my big fluffy brush, but apparently not this one. So I'm not sure what happened. Maybe it's just me, or maybe I just got a bad product here, and the other one, I just need to get a new one. But it is a splurge, it's Dior, so I'm not convinced that I just got a bad one. I just don't think it works for my skin or my taste, so I'm so sorry to Samantha March. I tried it for you, but I couldn't do it. It just doesn't work for me. Next, we're going on to bronzer. I only have one bronzer, and it is the Nabla Skin Bronzing. I have used this quite a bit on my channel. I mean, I tried. You can tell that some of the imprint is gone. I tried. This product is so hard to get out of the pan, and even when you get it out of the pan onto your brush, the payoff is very lacking. It's not worth the effort to get it out of the pan to put it on your face, in my opinion. I think it's, I don't know, maybe it just hard panned. Like, even swatching it, I don't think you can really see that. I don't know what happened. I really enjoy Nabla products, but this one did not work for me. And it's not that it didn't blend out very well, it's just the pigment is not there, and it's a lot of work to get the pigment. Makeup's supposed to be fun, easy, calming, therapeutic even, and this is work. So, no thank you. The good news is I don't have any dislikes of blush, highlighter, or setting sprays, so we are going to move on to eyeshadows. And I only have one eyeshadow that I didn't like, and it's not even a full eyeshadow, it's like a topper. This is the One Size Eye Popper, So it's meant to just kind of top and be the shiny, sparkly, glittery beautifulness that goes on top of all your eyeshadow, right? And like that looks really pretty. But on your eyelid, it doesn't come out like that because it's patchy, and then you don't get glitter everywhere, and then you gotta put more on, and then it just looks like you put a glob of grossness on your eye and it doesn't blend out very well. It was just a big no for me, so I only used it a couple times, and after that it just became like, that's a no, it doesn't work out well. I would, if there's a special technique to using this, please let me know. I would love to give it another try, but for me it's just too patchy, and again, it's a lot of work for not a good payoff. Mascara. The mascaras are just so tricky, and everyone has such a personal taste to them. So I do have a handful that were not my style. The first is from Milk Cosmetics. It's their Kush mascara. And the big reason that I don't like this one is because of the wand. It's ginormous, and my eyes are not that big, so it's just very, very messy to apply. And I don't think it gave any sort of lift, lengthening, or volume to my eyelashes. I don't think it did anything. I think it was just like a coat of black. It tried, but there was nothing more to it. And because of the mess, it was just too big. The wand itself was just too big for my eyes. And then even the trick with the letting it dry and picking it off with a spoolie later, it was like there was too much of a mess for that to work like it should. So that was a no. The next mascara is from Too Faced. It's their Better Than Sex mascara, which I know is pretty popular. But again, the wand is just too big for my eyes, and I don't like that shape. It's too messy for me, and I can't get my lower lash lines. I have very short lower lash mascara, so if the brush is ginormous, it's just a streak of black under my eyes, which defeats the purpose of concealing your eyes, right? If I wanted black under eyes, I could just not put makeup on. You'd see it very clearly. Just kidding. It's more of a blue shade. I don't actually have black eyes. You get the gist of it. It's too big of a wand for me to use, and because of that, I didn't even pay attention to if it lifted my top lashes, if it gave me volume, if it gave me lengthening. Like, I was just too distracted by the size of the wand that it's just going to be a no for me. The next one is from Colab Beauty. This is actually from Sally's Beauty, and Tati Westbrook, a fellow YouTuber, raved about this one. I think she still loves it. She specifically said the purple one, so that's the one I got, and I don't like it. Tati just raved about how much length it gave her lashes and how much volume it gave her lashes, and I don't think I got either of those. It was just a nice natural mascara, like if I was not wearing any makeup, going to the grocery store type of day, but I wanted my lashes to just look a little bit more, like it just gave a coat of black. I feel so bad when products come recommended and then I have to share that, hey, that didn't work for me, I'm so sorry. I feel bad, but it's nothing to feel bad about because makeup's just a preference, and this was not my preference. Bite Beauty also came out with a mascara. This is the Upswing Full Volume Mascara. I will say it is very voluminous. It is also got some lengthening to it, not a whole lot, but it is voluminous. So the claim for this is correct. But again, the wand is huge. It is just way too big for my eyes, and I can't get my lower lashes with it. It just makes me sad that the mascaras that you pay for just don't work. I will say when I first got this, the formula came really wet. So with the size of the wand and then the wet formula, it was just a mess. But I did let it dry out for a little bit, and that seemed to help quite a bit. But the wand is just still too big for me. My last mascara is from Benefit. It's the Bad Gal Bang. I actually only got a mini size, and I'm so glad that I did. This one I've also seen really good reviews. I actually love the size of the wand. It's a nice little kind of triangle type wand, but it's nice and small. It reminds me a lot of the Maybelline Sky High mascara, which I absolutely love. And the only bad thing about this product is that it transfers really bad on me. I don't typically have that problem with mascara. It's not about transferring for me. It's more about, does it give me what I want out of it? And this one definitely does give me length, volume, and lift. And then like halfway through my day, I'm like, what are those little black things? And then I try to pick them off and realize it was like wet mascara transferred onto my lower under eyes. And I'm like, I've never had that happen before. Which I know is very lucky to say, that transferring is not the biggest issue for me for mascaras. But this one did it, and I'm really disappointed in it because I love everything else about it. And some days I still wear it just because I like it, but I know it's going to be a short day. I wish this one did not transfer on me, but every single time it does. I don't have any eyebrow products that I don't like, so we are going to go straight into lips. For lips, I only have 2 products. One is a liquid lip, and that is the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick. This is in the shade I'm Nude. I no longer purchase products from Jeffree Star, but when I was purchasing from his brand, this is one that I really wanted to try. And I have fully discovered I am not a liquid lip type of person because I'm a chapstick person, because I don't like having dry lips. It's very uncomfortable for me, especially in Colorado. It's a very dry climate, so when your lips are chapped, plus you're in a dry climate, it's just not a good scenario. So I did not get to wear this more than once because it was just way too drying for my lips. No, not gonna wear that ever again because I couldn't handle it. And I don't even think I got halfway through the day before I figured that out. And last but not least is actually from Sigma Beauty. This came in a skincare trio, and actually the other 2 products in that trio I really enjoy, but this one I don't. And this is their moisturizing lip balm. I think it's in the shade Dewy, but it's supposed to have hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, and jojoba oil. Correct me if I'm saying that wrong. But it's just a lip balm. It kind of comes in a lipstick tube. I don't find this moisturizing at all. It's like trying to put chapstick on, but you've still got the lid on. Yeah, I just came up with that. That's actually accurate on how this works. It's like having the lid on your chapstick, trying to apply this, which I know is not nice at all, but that's my way of describing it. This was a no, but the other 2 products of this trio are actually really nice. I do like Sigma Beauty as a brand, so this one did disappoint me because it literally says moisturizing lip balm. That is completely up my alley, and it does not work. Well, there you have it. Those are all of the products that I did not like from 2021. It's not that they're bad brands. Some of these brands I absolutely love. I've got other favorites from these brands, but these products just did not work for my taste, my preferences, my style. They're just no's for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If any of these products worked for you, please continue to use them. This is not dogging on these products because they're just bad for everybody. Makeup is very much about how you prefer to use things and what things work and how things work for you. So please continue to enjoy the products. Other than that though, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you agree with any of these products that they didn't work for you, I would love to know which ones that you don't like, or if they do work for you, tell me what you love about them. I would love to learn from you. But that's all I've got for you today. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it if you did, and hit the bell so you can be notified whenever I post a new video. And I will see you guys later. Thank you.